I have prepared to speak on the Diamond Sutra in the Chinese language, but on second thought, since we have a mixture of English-speaking and Chinese-speaking devotees in here, I may as well just spend the whole session in answering questions. Whenever we speak about coming to a temple, we say, we go for meditation, we go for a lunch, especially a free lunch. We go for a lunch, we go for meditation. And so some people, it's just go for a free lunch. But don't you know that if you just come for a lunch, you have wasted the precious element of the time. Why? You're eating your lunch, and it just nourishes your physical body. The lunch, food, just nourishes your physical body and maintain your physical body, maintain your life. But what is more important? Wisdom life. Your wisdom life lasts forever. The physical life only lasts for 100 years at the most. It's easy to find a 1,000-year tree in a forest than to find a 100-year man or woman in the world. We won't live more than 100 years. If you are well past 100 years, our governor will give you an award, and that's called a 100 years award. Everybody's waiting for that award. By the time we're all gone, you're still sitting in there waiting for that award. So, nourish not just your physical body, the wisdom body. I'm not going to give a Dharma talk on wisdom life and physical life, otherwise this can't be answered in this session. So I will stop at that point and pick up these questions and try to answer them. So my first question, how to connect properly with the 1,000 hands Buddha. So how do you connect properly with the 1,000 hands Buddha? How to connect? What do you mean by connect? Let's define what's connect. Connect, I think, is just to liaise with, to be in touch with, to know, to acknowledge, to establish some sort of a relationship between the 1,000 Buddha, the 1,000 hands Buddha, and yourself. By the way, 1,000 hands Bodhisattva, not Buddha. How do you connect properly? Do you connect with your hands? Do you connect by writing a piece of paper and asking questions? He wouldn't be able to answer. You connect by the mind. Let's define it that. No connection can be done except through the mind, through your own mind. Is your mind at it? If you're being mindful, then you have the connection. If you're being devoted, you have the connection. If you're sincere, you have the connection. If you moralize your conduct, if you're always doing the right deeds, if you're compassionate, if you're charitable, you set up that connection. If you always perform evil actions, if you're always doing things that you shouldn't be doing, you cannot connect with the 1,000 hands Bodhisattva. So in other words, it's through the mind that connects, not with money. It's not that you donate $100. Now I've done some good things, and this $100 will entitle me to connect to the Bodhisattva. No, it's not the money. It's your mind. But then, how do I use my mind to connect? It's through the mind, but how do you establish your mind in connection with the 1,000 hand Bodhisattva? That's the essence of the whole enlightenment process. You have to learn how to connect through a variety of ways. One of the many ways is, of course, through meditation. But your meditation has to be supported by 3 basic columns, we call it. The 3 columns of Buddhism. What are these 3 basics? If you don't have those 3, you can never connect with the 1,000 hand Bodhisattva. What are these 3? We call it the Vinaya, There's samadhi and prajna in the Sanskrit language. What is Vinaya? You got to have a morality standard. You got to have precepts. Observe your precepts. You abstain from killing, abstain from stealing, abstain from lying, abstain from slandering. First of all, you have to, there's certain things you can do and certain things you can't do. You have to have a morality standard to maintain that morality in you so that you're prepared, so that your ground is purified. With a purified ground, with a purified mind, you're ready to accept, you're ready to connect. So morality is the most important. It does not matter how much meditation you do. You do 24 hours a day meditation, you do 10 hours, say 20 hours per day, which is almost impossible to most people. And for the rest of the 4 hours, you go on drinking and fooling around and doing evil things. How can your meditation help you? So you really have to walk the righteous path. So that's the support for meditation. Meditation does not just happen in Buddhism, you know. Even in Christianity, in Roman Catholic, all those other religions can meditate, not just Buddhism. But you have to build your meditation on a sound ground, a purified ground. That is Vinaya or morality. The second one is samadhi. Samadhi is equanimity of mind, peacefulness of mind, or concentration. Without concentration, without purity of mind, how can you open your arms for acceptance? How can you reach out? So you really have to have the purity of mind. And then the last but not least, you must have wisdom to guide your meditation, to guide your morality. So, that question, I would start with this point, because then somebody would ask, go on further with morality, go on further with wisdom, go on further with samadhi. Then I can't finish it. So you have to use your mind to connect, sharpen yourself, maintain yourself first. Next question. How can Buddhism effect and help to heal the life of homeless people? How can Buddhism effect to help to heal the life of homeless people? The Buddha tried not just to heal the homeless people. The Buddha tried to heal all sentient beings. Homeless people is just one of the many groups. If we just heal homeless people, how about starving people? How about dying people? How about people who are terminally ill? So not just homeless people. We try to help all sentient beings as much as we can based on the conditions given. And homeless people will be included in one of the categories that we try to help. So how to help, to effect and help homeless people? If you're asking this question, you must have specific thinking about homeless people. Why don't you give some recommendations? I like particularly to help homeless people, and here are the suggestions. Homeless people have this kind of characteristics, and homeless people would need remedies for that. Homeless people would certainly include what categories. You give us all the details, and we work on those characteristics. Because you have to be given, once we identify the problem, we have to know the causes of the problem so we can resolve the problem, solve the problem. If we identify the problem without trying to find the causes, how can we heal them? What are the causes of homeless people? Why do they become homeless? Are you talking about homeless people at home or abroad? There's so many homeless people abroad. And sometimes homeless people may not have as much suffering as the starving people. In Southeast Asia, where the weather is so warm, many people like to be homeless, wandering in the forest. It's so warm. pick the mango trees and pick the bananas and coconuts, and they live. But starving people, they will starve to death. Don't you think it's more important to save, immediately save, urgently save the starving people than the homeless people? So please, I have a lot of counter questions that you have to help me to answer before I can put forward the answer for you. But certainly homeless people will be included in there. Next question. So this is a long piece of paper with a lot of words written on it. Dear Venerable, 22 people have signed up for the cooking class. Surprisingly, 22 people signed up for the cooking class. The suggested time is Saturdays after lunch, and many of us live far away from the temple. Please talk to Chef Ming. Certainly he would be happy about it because a lot of people will be his students. And let me know the cost, and we'll email and have phone everybody. The cooking class shall be done in demonstration style. Of course, not in eating style. If the class is in eating style, then we'll be more than 22 people. We started with 4 classes, and etc., and Laura organized this. Very good. So I'll talk to Ming about it. 22 people. That's a good size class. And I'm thinking of some wild ideas coming to my mind right now, because we've been eating Oriental food. In that class of 22 people, it's multicultural. I would like to venture into Italian vegetarian, French vegetarian, Czechoslovakian vegetarian. So we are really the international Buddhist society, international diet, food. So we have a long-range planning on the cookery.